Seated 3 rows in front of me, the back of the head blocked my view. The conductor's gestures before us were hidden behind 2 ears. I scooted to the left, then to the right, trying to see around the man's head. He was the only one seated in his pew. Silver hairs cropped along the nape of his neck, cradled in the collar of a blue button-down. The man was my dad. He came, even though choir concerts bore him, even though my mom couldn't make it that night and he sat alone. He smiled eagerly, waving at my cousin Jamie as she walked off the stage and down the aisle toward him. She waved back, but at her other uncle, 6 pews ahead. He kept waving. She never noticed. He shuffled around, trying to meet her eyes, but she never saw, so he sat still, alone, and faced forward. I blinked. I looked to the left and looked to the right, and I thought, when had I done the exact same thing? Just glided past, not noticing. My dad and I don't touch. Like every father and daughter before him, an invisible wall stands between us, thickened by centuries of tradition. We hug only on his birthday and Father's Day. Sometimes he tries to sneak a hug, but I dodge him, and we laugh. I've never seen him love, and I rarely see him cry. But in that moment, as Jamie walked away, I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. I saw disappointment. I saw loneliness. Dad, if you had known I was watching, you probably wouldn't act the same way. I guess we've both always expected more from each other, but neither of us has the courage to make the first move. I really wish I could skip lightly over the tradition, expectation, and formalities that kept us apart, but right now I can't muster the courage to take that step. I really can't. And I keep telling myself it has to happen soon, but it hasn't. Stepping on stage that day of the concert, I saw something in you that I'd never seen before, and it made me feel kind of weird inside. Kind of lonely, and kind of wistful too. So I tried to take that first step. I picked you out from the crowd, I gave you an extra big smile and a little wave, and I saw you wave harder. You were nodding along to the music, alone in the back of the church. At the end of the concert, I looked for you, and I saw you first, facing the other way. I memorized the back of your head, the silver hairs, and the blue collar, but I would never tell you that. When we met, you patted me on the back and said, "Good job." And then I really wanted to turn toward you, say thank you, and hug you, but I didn't. And you didn't try to hug me, so we stood lopsided, side by side, with our heads awkwardly turned toward each other. Mine angled slightly upward, yours slightly downward. You smiled, I smiled back, then I looked away. I wish things could be the way they were when I was little. When I was waiting for the moment your key turned in the lock at 5:30 p.m. when you came home from work. I wish you still brought me surprises every Friday, like my favorite smiley face cookie, and hid them behind your back until I said the magic words, "Please, thank you," and smooched your cheek. I wish I could say that after seeing you alone in the back of that church, I changed. And I wish I could say I reached out first, wish I could say thank you. But I can't, I never could, and I still can't. And I don't know why it's easier to say I love you to a friend or someone more than a friend than it is to say to you. Maybe being off in college, away from you and Mom, will change the way things are to the way they're supposed to be. Maybe not. But I want you to know that, even though I'll never read this to you, I'm proud you're my dad. I want you to know that, even if you never said anything after reading my tapestry essay about us, it's okay. Maybe we don't really need to say anything because we both know. And for now, it's okay that when Mom's not home and we eat together, it's in front of the TV and it's silent, even during commercials. I hope that you'll say it's okay that I always make you birthday presents you probably don't really want, and that I don't really like to garden, and that I don't like shopping at Walmart or Costco as much as you do. But I'll keep making you presents, and I'll keep digging holes for your plants, and I'll still go with you to Walmart and Costco, and even watch that documentary on epigenomes again. At least while I'm still here and I still can. I guess what I'm really saying is, I hope we're okay, and I hope this is okay. Right now, just the way things are.